S.H.E Publishing LLC is a publishing and retail company founded during the COVID-19 pandemic. Through collaboration with our authors, we found that sharing your story may not only be a personal goal, but it serves as preserving your history. It creates a legacy. From the first contact, we welcome our authors by sending them a box of goodies that include our branded apparel, and we deliver white glove service until the completion of their project. We call this the S.H.E experience. We also serve as a support system after the book is published by continuing to market our authors by way of our books and business newsletters and social media platforms with the hopes of creating a network. We wow our authors and their readers with our custom publishing packaging, which is a bonus. We believe first impressions matter. We also host what will become the largest attended and talked about event of every year, our annual marketing and networking conference, where we honor our authors with awards and we provide entertainment, fun, and education. We invest in the authors who want to become publishers, providing them free how to become a publisher training, sharing every step we've taken to build our company. And finally, as an investment in our future leaders, we've launched the Little S.H.E Project, which will promote reading, authorship for our children, and funding for schools around the world. Let S.H.E Publishing LLC be your extended family. Be a part of our community of authors, sister companies, partners, or simply a friend. Everybody has a story to tell. Share your story with the world.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, hi. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the S.H.E Pub Network, where we talk books, authors, and publishers. My name is Shanita Finesse, CEO and founder of S.H.E Publishing LLC. As you guys know, we have been doing interviews of a lot of our authors from the S.H.E Squad. This is our community of authors where the women are embracing their stories. We call it Embracing Her Story, and he is launching History. Yep, his story. So today we have a nice surprise for you. We will be interviewing two of our newest authors. And we're gonna, look, I'm not gonna share the news because I know y'all want to hear from them. So we're going to introduce one of the first authors. Her name is Licia Johnson. She has actually published 3 books. And one book she is currently publishing with S.H.E Publishing LLC. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. Get your questions ready. Let's introduce Licia Johnson.
Hello.
Hey. So, how are you doing on this evening?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. You know what? I'm going to start with the quote. That's how we'll start. And I'm going to read it and you can let me know your thoughts.
Okay.
All right. By being yourself, you put something wonderful in the world that was not there before. I'm going to read it again. By being yourself, you put something wonderful in the world that was not there before. This is a quote by Edwin Elliot. What are your thoughts?
That's right. It kind of just states that we're all unique and different in our own way. So if you don't be yourself, if you're trying to copy somebody else, that would just be not a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I totally agree with that. Statement. So for me, I think so. Every author on our roster has something unique that they've brought to She Publishing LLC. And I think I've said it on a number of different of these interviews, but each of their stories have touched me in ways I have learned so much of reading their stories, having the opportunity to publish their stories. So that means I love that quote. Now, we do have some people on here. What do you think about that quote? I want you to put in the chat what you think about that quote. And not only that, I would like for you to put your name, where you're from, and who invited you to today's show. So we are having some technical difficulties, and that's just what happens, on lives and social media. So while we are waiting, I want to invite you guys to boom, the second annual She Conference and Networking Convention. It is November 18th and 19th. November 18th will be the Masquerade Ball. That's November 18th. November 19th, however, is day 2 is completely free. We will have some writing stuff going on. We will talk about ghostwriting. We will talk about the power of you. We will have different classes. We will even have a woman to wife talk panel. So if you want, you go to www.shepublishingllc.com, click on events, and you can register to participate in the Masquerade Ball, which will be a 3-course dinner, or attend the free sessions, which is the second day. Totally free for everything. We'll even talk about how to be a part of the She roster. Now today, if you have questions, if you put your name in the chat, if you tell us where you're from, you will enter to win a gift from She Publishing LLC. So the last gift that we gave out a tube of this lipstick by The Beauty Print. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you, I absolutely love this. So we actually gave this out in a book from on the last live, but today we are going to give you a She mug, and we're also going to give you another surprise, which is going to come in our custom packaging. All right, so I think we have Licia back.
I love technology. Anywho.
Right? Come on now. Look, now let me just tell you, I actually did a recording with another author because I'm doing lives and recordings. And it dropped, and I didn't know what to say on the recording. So I said, you know what? I got to have something to say. So I think I was good today.
I know that's right.
All right, so we're going to just get right into it. So tell the listeners a little bit about yourself.
I live in Chicago. I have a bachelor's degree in print journalism. Currently, I'm working for a transportation company here in Chicago. And in my spare time, I like to read books, but most importantly, I like to just watch a lot of movies on Netflix, just stream.
All right. And I want to say, hey, Mary, how you doing? All right. That's one of the viewers who are here. Make sure you tell us where you're from, Mary, who invited you, because we want to enter your name to win one of our gifts that we're giving away tonight in the She Box. All right. So, now, what's the name of your book?
Which one?
Oh man, because you got 3 of them.
I don't know. Did you want to go with the one that's in the process of being publishing? You want to do that one?
Yeah, let's do that one first.
The name of that one is I Am Fearfully and Wonderfully Made, a children's book.
Wow. So what inspired you to write this book? And this is your 3rd book. What inspired you?
Yes. I was taking a break from writing for a moment, and I do have a sister friend that's also an author, and she decided to write a children's book because of her, I guess, her grandchild. So
Mhm.
she's like, "You should write a children's book," and I was like, "I don't know." So she kind of gave me the inspiration to write a book, but then I had to figure out, okay, what is this book gonna be about? So
Mhm.
then I thought about me losing my not losing my hair, but struggling with my hair loss because I take medication for arthritis. So it's in a form of with the child having alopecia and her self esteem.
Right. Wow. So, um, first of all, do you know I said I gave a shout out to Mary, right?
Hey, Mary. Uh huh.
Our cousin. Ah!
Oh, Mary. Hi. Hello.
Yay! Yes. Oh man, hey Marva. Okay, all right. Okay, look, I got excited, y'all. I'm so sorry, okay? um, but okay, so in writing this story, which kind of is inspired by a true story, your story. Was there any difficult moments in you writing this particular story?
Just a little bit because I was trying to be creative and create some different events, and then I thought my story initially was too short. And then we had our conversation, and I was like, well, maybe I should try to, and add some extra stuff to it. That was somewhat of difficulty, but then it was like once I got into it, it was just easy. So that was
Okay,
it, really.
okay, because that was going to lead me to the next question. What was easy about writing this children's book?
Um, just thinking about kids in general, thinking about myself as a child, thinking about my relationship with my siblings and how, siblings can get on each other's nerves because in the book, Michaela, the oldest sister, she can't stand her younger sister because she's like a nerd and she likes to cause a lot of trouble.
Yeah, okay. Let me see. So, I love the book. You guys are gonna love this book as well. And I think this book is coming like at a really good time because we have COVID and a lot of different things going on. And it's also about a little bit, I guess, in my opinion, about self-esteem and we not really sure what our children are thinking now. It seems to have been a lot of depression kind of going on in the
Oh, yeah.
world. And I think your book would be of inspiration and people who may be going through this, whether they're a child or an adult, is like can appreciate and relate to this story.
Yep.
Wow.
Hmm.
So you actually have two other books. What's the name of the first one and then the second one?
The first one is entitled Strength to Speak. One woman struggled to make peace with her past. And the
Whoa.
second one is True Friendship with Girlfriends.
All right. So to me, so you have these two books and then the children's book. What made
Yeah.
you spin off into the children's book?
Taking the advice of my friend because I really wasn't, I write from experience. I
Mhm.
think those are the best stories are true stories. So really listen to my friend, really.
All right. Well, guess what? Mary says she has that second one. Thank you for the support. Yep. And Marva, she said, that sounds great. And if you guys can see, we are having technical difficulties again, but we're going to roll with it though. We are going to roll with the punches. So, um, just to let you guys know, um, okay. All right. All right.
Look, I was about to get on my game, put on my game face.
You started talking to the audience, right? That was online with
I
you.
sure did.
Hey Marva, hey Mary, what you doing over there?
All right. So, when did you realize you wanted to be a writer?
Hmm. Well, I remember doing a lot of writing in the sixth grade. That my sixth grade teacher gave us a lot of writing assignments, and I
Hmm.
realized that I enjoyed it then. And then as I went on through school, in high school, I continued to write, and then when I got to college, I said, "Oh, maybe I should do a try to get on the Daily Vedette, the newspaper." And
Hmm.
but I guess I really didn't see myself as being a writer, you know, until it happened. And it's like, oh, I am a writer. And it's like, oh, people like my book. And then, recently I had an issue at work where I had to write a report, and there was not a lot of there was not a lot of room for the explanation. I was like, okay, Licia, you got to make this concise so you can tell them everything in this short. I don't want to do 2 sheets of paper. And at that moment, that was
Hmm.
just like yesterday. I said, wow, I think I am a great writer because I'm making it straight and to the point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, for anybody who is interested in writing a book, so you've written two kind of, I guess, adult, I guess I would say books,
Yeah.
and then working on a children's book. Can you tell me which one seems to be the hardest?
Hmm. That's a good question. Um, I guess it's all the same.
Oh,
Maybe I'll say that my very first book was probably more difficult because it was dealing with a sensitive topic, and I had to reflect and go back to my childhood. So
okay.
maybe that would, yeah.
Okay. And what was the name of that book again? That was, yeah.
The long title, Strength to Speak, One Woman Struggled to Make Peace with Her Past.
Wow. Can you tell us what that book was about? That was inspired by a true story as well, right? Because you said you write books that are
That I've experienced.
right.
Well, it was about me as a little girl being molested by my cousin, and then I held that secret in for like over 20 years. And during that time frame, I went through a lot of crazy anxiety and sadness. And then once I released that secret to my mom, I felt better. Then that's when I started to get all of my. That's when I guess felt better and started to just, I guess, live a better life.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. And so and I am sorry to hear that because when you read books, you don't necessarily know like if it's the truth or just
Right.
inspired by
Right.
something. So sorry to hear that, but to get that out and for others to read the story, what feedback did you get from your readers?
A lot of the readers were very supportive. They was like, "Oh, I'm glad you're telling your story. It happened to me too." And then I guess maybe it's a taboo subject. A lot of people just shied away from it. Just like nobody wants to talk about it. We shouldn't talk about it. Keep that to yourself. Keep it a secret. Nobody needs to talk about it, but it needs to be talked about because it's been happening since the beginning of time.
Wow. Um, I would say you are a very strong woman to be able to verbalize it, but also to put it in a book and kind of maybe even relive it, like you said, as you were writing the book. Um, wow. So I totally commend you for that. I do. I do. And I love you. And actually, just to let y'all in on something, viewers, Licia is my cousin. Yes. I want to let you know Marva did say thanks for telling your story and sharing it, because again, it takes courage to share something like that. And it's like, as you mentioned, others are going through this and they're not saying anything about it. And it's good to say it, to someone who you love, and who you feel safe, that have that safe space with, and you shared it with the world. So, all right. So we're going to go back to the children's book.
Yes.
Now, have you ever thought about creating a movie with this book? Or some type of cartoon?
Maybe. I haven't really thought about it in detail. I've thought about either a play or a movie with one of my books.
Whoa.
But
Okay.
that's a process right there.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
And so you probably haven't thought of this, but who would be the characters in whichever one you would select?
Well, in the children's book, I had to think about this. I had to look up some names because I don't know too many Black actors, young children or young adults. So I looked it up, and Michaela, the one that's going through alopecia, I would.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think
Quabananza, who I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
What's that name again?
I think in the movie Annie, I just call her Miss Wallace, but that first one, the first initial, it's very hard to pronounce. Quenz. But I think in the Annie movie, if I'm not mistaken, I thought that Jamie Foxx was in it, or if he wasn't in that one, they were in the movie together.
Oh,
So,
I know which one.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's very mature for her age too.
Okay.
Apparently.
All right. So the viewers will be able to get their book signed by you if they were to attend the S.H.E Conference and Networking Convention, because you will be there, right?
I will be there. Woo-hoo.
Okay. So how can the viewers get in contact with you to purchase your book and all that other good stuff?
They can go on Amazon.com. I guess they can look me up by my name. It should pop up by my name or any of my titles. I believe it might still be on Barnes and Nobles. I think those are the only two places where you can find my books.
Okay. All right. And your children's book will be everywhere too, worldwide. Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, at the S.H.E Shop, all that other good stuff. So I want to thank you for joining us today and telling us sharing a little bit about your story. And I think we've learned a lot about you in this little time. Yeah. And if you guys want to know more about Licia, definitely go to Amazon and Barnes and Nobles and pick up her 2 books that she has out. And her 3rd book, her children's book, will be out sometime next year. All right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we have another amazing author. Okay. And I'm finna just let it happen. I'd like to introduce you to Iva, the beautiful Iva Martenez. Yay!
Yay! Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. What's going
I'm
on? How's
ready.
your evening been?
Girl, I'm taking my robe off. I've been nervous all day long.
Why?
This is my first time.
No.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Yeah.
look, can I fill you in on a secret real quick? I'll be nervous too.
Show me the money. I'm
Love you
ready.
too, baby. All right, Iva Martinez. Can you
Yes.
please tell the viewers a little bit about yourself?
Wow. Hello, my name is Iva Martinez. I live in Kankakee, Illinois. I am an only daughter. I am a only sister. I am a mother of two, 17 years apart, and I am a ball of fire. So come with me, put it in my hands, give me a vision board, and $10, I'm gone. I'm
It's the
gone.
truth. It's the truth, y'all. Now, where's Ife?
Ife is probably finishing up work and probably going to text me and tell me, I saw it. I'm going back to it. I'm sorry. He been busy. I've been keeping him busy since January.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. So can you tell us, you have a book that's coming out. You're one of our newest authors on the She Squad. And so what's the name of your book?
Shirley 1 and 1.
Woo! Well, look, is that on the shirt?
Girl got a whole outfit.
Come on now. You come on, representing. Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Got that Shirley 1 and 1. My girl Keisha Smith in Atlanta. She is my call her my t-shirtologist. As soon as it hit, as soon as I said it to you, I called her and I said, Keisha. She said, what crazy? I said, Shirley 1 and 1. She said, what? I said, Shirley 1 and 1. And she was like, you giving your mama a scripture? I
I
said,
was just thinking that. I'm just gonna tell you. Shirley 1-1. Is it
when I
oh,
tell you, it was always a one-on-one with her. And then I felt like she was my only mother. She was my first love. She was my number one girl, good, bad, indifferent. And then I felt like she only had one me. So I
wow.
thought it was appropriate and a better dedication to say, this me and my mama thing. It ain't about nobody else. Take it or leave it. It was what it was.
Wow. So this book is basically a dedication to your mother.
This is a dedication to my mother and a huge pie for my children.
Wow. So look, I got this picture right here.
Which
Can you
one?
please can you please tell us about this book?
That book was my ticket to success. That was my key to my moment of having my mama by myself without interruption.
Mm-hmm.
It I actually found that book in the library after she passed, and it was two books. It was one of my brothers. I only have two brothers, and it was one of myself. And out of all the million books and records that we have, this one particular book stood out because to me, it was nobody else in that room that she possibly could be talking to other than me when she says, this is memories of me to my daughter.
Wow.
So I felt like sit down and have this conversation. So in this book, my mother tells me her life from start to finish, her way, leaving me nuggets on how to live, how to survive, how to beautify myself, how to bathe, how to make smoothies, how to make lemonade, how to keep my skin smooth, how to be jazzy, when to, not to. She knew everything I was going to need to be successful and to be strong without her. And this was her message to me. And now I have a chance to add to what she put to that book, to add it to my oldest daughter for her to pass it down to her daughter. We're 5 generations now.
Wow. That is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow. So how many daughters do you have, since you're talking about the generations? How many daughters?
I have 2 daughters and I have 1 granddaughter.
Wow. Okay, so can you fill us in on Haley Bug Lemonade, please?
That's my baby, y'all.
Oh. Oh.
Every time I look at that bee, it kind of chokes me up because a queen bee is somebody who takes care of everybody in that nest. And she provides nutrients, cures, vitamins, nutrients, and everything that you need to beautify yourself, to make shampoo, to make bath bombs, to all the stuff that I have in my head for my kids extend from honey. And Haley Bug Lemonade came to me while I was going through a divorce. I was going through a divorce from a quick toxic marriage. And I had to make a decision when the gun was pulled. It was either go home and make the lemonade or him. So
Wow.
I had to think fast. So when I had to think fast, which is in the book, um, I remember something that he said to me, which made the first flavor. The first flavor that I made was a watermelon mint, and it had like a cinnamon kick to it. And I wanted like a spice. I wanted a pop, because I'm always doing something. Oh, God. If it don't pop, it ain't right. It ain't right. You gotta hit it. Ooh, ooh. It's gotta be right there, right? So my homeboy came over to the house and he was telling me, you gotta snap out of this depression. What do you want to do? I was like, well, I can't let my daughter see me go through this. And my mama told me to make the lemonade, and I don't want to squeeze no lemons. And he was like, don't. Come up with your own in your own kind of way. He was like, man, you did hair. You a chemist. You can come up with colors. You can come up with flavors. You can do it. You can do it. I was like, you retarded. So I looked at Haley and I said, I can't put my face on it because I'm too old to be outside with a lemonade stand. They're going to be like, Miss Parker,
Oh my, come on now.
not gonna do me with no 50-cent cup of lemonade with these fresh little boys outside with them daddies with them chains. Talking about some Miss Parker, can I have some lemonade? No, you can have a sensational cup.
Oh
Get back.
my
Girl,
God.
I had to introduce sensational cups to the churn because they was fresh. But I did that first flavor and I took it outside and I asked Haley, I said, Haley, do me a favor. She was like, what, Mom? I said, go outside. I said, I set up a little lemonade stand. We're going to sit outside. I said, I'm going to show you how we just going to do something together. This had nothing to do with the house water because I don't drink our house water. I always buy our water. I always buy everything that we need. And I didn't have no money. I didn't have no money. I took my last $5 and bought some cups, $1.50 bag of ice from McDonald's, some napkins for $1, and I used my food stamp card.
Wow.
I went across the street to Family Dollar, and I was like, well, it's just a drink. I didn't know anything about codes, ordinances, or anything that came after everything hit, but that first flavor, my homeboy said, you got something here. So I asked Haley, I said, Haley, hand him this and get his first impression on this pop I just put to this lemonade. So he handed it to him and he looked at me and he was like, high five. He was high five all day long. And he took he took that gallon and took it to his homeboys, and he got their first, impression on it. He came back. He said it was a success. Man, ever since then, Haley has been on and popping. And when I designed that logo, it was all about my mother being able to fly over her as she was outside all the time. And so Haley went from 50 cents lemonade to being the state law for the state of Illinois.
Exactly. Exactly, right?
You better give it to me.
You better. Look, now Haley has been on, you guys have been on the news. She's on, what's that children's
Scholastic News.
Scholastic News? She's on the cover of Scholastic News, right?
That is my most proudest moment of this whole thing. I love the law. I appreciate, SB 3459. I appreciate Senator Joyce. I appreciate Commissioner Robert Snipes for writing the bill. I appreciate Lance Marzette for one of our aldermen who, before he became an alderman, he just took to me and Haley, and he actually built her new lemonade stand and delivered it once the governor signed her bill and into the law January of 1st of 2022, as a matter of fact. But he gave it to her last year. I think it was around her birthday time. And it was just beautiful. We've been all over. But Scholastic News was so huge because how many kids of color with a Hispanic last name, a
Yes.
light-skinned girl with ponytails. My baby had ponytails. They can't tell me I ain't no good mama. My baby had ponytails in her hair at 13. And she didn't have a problem holding up a lemon saying,
Right.
and but I never let I never let anybody debrief her. I never let anybody tell her what to say. I never let anyone get in her head. I am her coach to tell the world, give her the mic and leave her alone.
Yes.
And walk. And I'm big on that because of her lemonade stand testimony. If you go on YouTube, that girl, I've never seen a child come up with nothing like that. And that was not a script. And
Wow.
those words that she spoke were exactly my mother's words. So I knew my mother was in that courtroom when she said, I am here to fight for the little people. We are sick and tired of being sick and tired of being shut down. Now, you know doggone well, a kid had to have an old spirit around them or with them to say the little people.
Right.
My daughter is amazing. I can actually tell you that she's been in business now since, I think it's going on 5 years. We are looking forward to being on the shelf. We're hoping for a distribution deal. She has 100. She went from that one lemonade to 45 flavors, and since she's been gone back in Atlanta, I've expanded it to 100.
Whoa.
So not only does she have 100 flavored lemonades in her name, I have 100 Arnold Palmers in my name. We can't call them Arnold Palmers, but yes, we have honey infused flavored tea and honey lemonades in the jars. And they're concentrated so that you can make your own gallons from that one jar. From one jar, you can make 5 gallons of lemonades and teas.
What?
Girl, I'm a chemist. They don't know about me. I told you. And we don't even get food stamps no more. So you know. Anytime Country Time calls you and says, we want to give your daughter $13,000. Country Time Lemonade called and said, I want to give your daughter $13,000 for the monies that she lost. I took my daughter from public school to private school. She enjoyed it.
Wow.
She went
Wow.
from that to DJing. Now she done wrote her own song. She produced her own music. Her lemonade ain't my lemonade. And that's one thing that's in the book, Shirley 1 and 1. My mama's lemonade ain't my lemonade. My daughter's lemonade ain't my lemonade. Your lemonade ain't my lemonade. So that's what I keep trying to tell them. I love the fact that they stamped her with the law that you cannot stop a kid from opening up a lemonade stand in the state of Illinois.
Yes.
This is the crazy part. There's 50 states. 16 of them are now off the map. You cannot shut those kids down and say, your lemonade don't matter. Yes, it do. And it does not have to be a drink. It can be a coloring book. It can be a clothing line. It could be, I don't care if you take some flip-flops and get you a hot glue gun and stud that mug out. You can do that. They cannot stop a child from opening up their own business. You cannot stop a child from being an entrepreneur. That, to me, that was the most earth-crushing thing that you possibly could do to me as an at-home mom who's always been an entrepreneur. Baby, I am a 30-year-old veteran of doing hair.
Right.
I am 49. I have an art gallery and we own a landmark from 1879. So we're into real estate too. So when you come for my lemonade, girl, you about to get me started. That go back to that man. Why I got that divorce that started with this. Because you know what he said to me?
Okay.
He said, many men came for your water, but I came for the whole damn well. You not gonna use no scripture on me, and I ain't gonna make no drink out of it. And you don't think I'm gonna go before a king and dance and come out with your head on a platter? You got me jacked up. I am Shirley 101. My mama did not play them games. I have 2 kids. I have a legacy. I got something to live for. I got something to stand for. And my mama wasn't no punk. The reason why I love Keisha to be my t-shirtologist is because she knows my mother. She knows my brand. She knows about this book. She has met my mother. So when you work with people who understand your passion and understand your joy and see your vision, you want to take them along with you. This is bigger than just me. This is not just about my kids and my grandkids. This is about every mother that's out there that's saying, why can't I make my own money without reporting every penny to the government who's taking more of my money and taking more of my opportunities than you giving me? And then to add insult to injury was when the county and the city showed up, guess what they said? You people have to stop selling lemonade. It's in the newspaper worldwide. We went viral, 2 million.
Yeah.
It said
I looked
people.
it up. Yeah, it's there. Y'all can look it up. Seriously.
So what got me was who you talking to. And then when they said you're selling more than lemonade, what were you insinuating? So we had a color purple moment right there when I had to pull my baby behind me about some lemonade to say, what you trying to say? Because I don't come from, that's why I'm glad my house is the biggest white house in Kankakee. I'm so glad it's on the main street, and I'm so glad we got what we got, and my mother worked so hard for it. I'm not vain about it. I'm not in a bragging situation at all, because this is work. When you inherit something and you want it because you want to keep it, that's something we don't do as Black people. We don't do it as women. I found out that everything your mother and your parents, your mother and father work for, your children don't value it like they do.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
This book right here is a continuation of that book that she left me, because my kids need to know, keep living.
Yeah.
But this is how you do it from A to Z. And the parts you don't like, you just keep them. The parts that you need, you save them. The part that you want, you take her in your arms and you say, girl, thank you. But at the same token, you don't forget about the little girl that she raised that became your mama. She was my mama before she was your mama.
So you know what? So you have touched on quite a few points. I think the audience is hyped right now. Okay. You done lit a fire or something.
Girl, I can't wait for this dang on masquerade thing. Yes, I'm coming, baby. I got my outfit ready over here.
Are you gonna be at your party on November 18th?
What am I wearing is the question. They just sent me clothes from Georgia.
Whoa.
They sent me clothes. When I told them I was coming to Georgia, I told them about the tour and everything, right? My girl Daphne Adams makes clothes for Tyler Perry, y'all.
What's up? Come on now.
What? I don't know what nobody else on, but I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hey, so I can't wait. Now look.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that you said, okay, because I got to touch on about 2 or 3 of them before,
Okay.
we close out and all of this. But y'all can tell this is a mama who loves her babies. Okay, look, this dang near you done talked about your baby more than you done said about anybody else, and so that's a mother's love for you. Okay, that's a mother's love for you. And when you were talking about your lemonade is not my lemonade, is not her lemonade. So the interview before you, one of the quotes that we said was, by being yourself, you put something wonderful in the world that was not there before. And I think as the viewers can tell, each author, including you, are putting something into the world. So your mother started a book. Now you about to add to it, and hopefully your daughters for further generations will add to it as well.
Yes,
That
that's
is
the whole goal.
absolutely just dope to me.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
but it's like one thing I gotta say is how we actually met, because this is crazy, y'all. So what I always say is the people who I've met having this publishing company, because a publisher, you don't wake up and say I want to be a publisher. Like I don't know a kid who said that. Okay. And it wasn't until I wanted to write my story that, she came to life. But how did we meet?
You know what? I think I saw you on Facebook and I inboxed you. And then I think it was just on me so heavy to just bust. I think I had been let down so many times by so many people. We had so many promises from, oh God, we had people try to put a kid university in our name of the kid, kidpreneur. Yeah. We had someone offer us a movie deal. We had someone offer us a Walmart deal. We had somebody offer us, but nobody came through. So I knew I had to change the narrative to have a retirement for myself, being that I'm not a stylist anymore. My body isn't the same anymore. I do have fibromyalgia. I am battling some fibroids. And I needed something that I could do that I enjoy doing that gave me peace and rest. So I never thought about myself until I met you. And when we had that first conversation, after I remember, I just took over your whole conversation. But I'm gonna tell you what I remember the most about our first time talking. And I think that's what really got me going today. Remember your backdrop? That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Look, it was the realest of the real. And it was nothing I could
Baby,
do.
girl, that was so funny to me. I said, oh, that's my sister for real, Lord. That's she. I gotta work with her. I knew then you had a sense of humor, and that was so funny. And it made me comfortable.
I
And
mean,
then the second part was I remember on my birthday, my goal was to have my cover done. And
yes,
I
I
remember
know.
being let down by so many people, especially around your birthday time. You think everybody gonna come through and your boo thing gonna do this and your kids gonna do this and blah. Man, please. I got so mad the first $50 I got, I sent that sucker straight to you and was proud of myself for investing in myself. So when you took me on, I was like, she told me she would work with me. She told me that she didn't want me to be stressed out. She told me she didn't want me to she didn't want me to overload. You were a big pillow. Thank you. But when I got my box, oh, it was over. It was over. I got my box. That box is on my headboard, baby, next to my vision board, next to my affirmations.
Oh,
Baby, you made the board.
oh, wow. Man, that's what's up. Okay. Wow. Well, you know what? You have been such a blessing to us, to the S.H.E family, to our company. You are beautiful. I mean, people are going to have an opportunity to meet you. I hope you got some apparel. I hope you got some of that honey, lemonade, something come
We
through.
got tumblers. We coming with it.
Okay. Look, okay,
Yeah.
it's a 2-day event, and I want you to market, and maybe we could even have some pre-sales, pre-orders for your book as well. So we are awaiting the cover. We are still awaiting the cover. I'm so excited. It has to match your personality.
You know what I like about it? When I told you what I wanted, we can't tell the people. But when I told you what I wanted, that you was like, girl, I was like, I made her work.
Yes. Yes. Our graphic designer is off the chain. Okay. She has created just about all of these book covers. Okay. I don't trust the book covers with nobody but her. Okay. So I know for sure she is going to hook up every author who we have on our roster. She is going to hook up the book cover for sure. Yeah. So we're going to wrap this up. And so can you tell
before my phone died? It's dying. I love you. Gotta go. Y'all know I got an Android. Buy my book so I can get an iPhone. Bye.
Oh my gosh. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we saw you met two authors today. One, Licia Johnson. Please go out, support her. As a matter of fact, again, I want you to support them both at the second annual She Conference and Networking Convention, which is scheduled for November 18th and 19th. Go to www.shepublishingllc.com, select events, and come out and support, have fun. We're going to have a battle of the band and the DJ. We're going to have free educational sessions, a 3-course meal with the desserts, okay? All right, so that's all we're going to do for today. Again, thank you for coming out. Ta-ta.